Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Happy Hanukkah. So it is the seventh night of Hanukkah and a night full of candles um, that just shed such beautiful light, especially uh, in the darkness of the evening and in the cold. It is so bitterly, bitterly cold, at least here in New Jersey. So I'm so happy to have the lights um, that just bring such nice warmth. Okay, you can log in. Okay. And happy Hanukkah. Okay. 922 3457. All right. Happy Hanukkah. So we are here celebrating this seventh night, and we are ready to light our candles. And everybody can sing along with me. Go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של חנוכה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. And I normally think of myself as a very patient person, but I have to say this year Hanukkah has taught me a bit of extra patience because I seem to have purchased candles that for tonight, all of them lit on the first try. All the other nights, they seem to light and then pretend that maybe they didn't want to stay lit, or they would just go out. And so I feel like this Hanukkah has taught me a little bit of extra patience. I definitely lit the candles a little bit slower this evening than I've lit in previous nights. And I think that was helpful because they all actually lit on the first try. So this is a Hanukkah story about Judah who always said no. And it's based on a book by Harriet K. Feder, her Hanukkah story entitled Judah Who Always Said No. So a long time ago in Jerusalem, there lived a boy named Judah who was always saying no. No, 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 he would say. When he was a baby, a little boy, his mom would say, Judah, are you ready for your nap? And he would say, no, I'm playing. I don't want to take a nap. And his father would say, come, I'll tell you the stories about the three bears and Goldilocks in the woods. And Judah would say, no, I don't want to hear those stories. I want to hear stories about three soldiers, and I want to play with my toy sword. I don't want to take a nap. When they were going out to play, Judah's brothers would say, come, follow us. Follow the leader. Follow us. And Judah would say, I don't want to follow you. No, I want to be the leader. When Judah grew up, there was a wicked king who ruled over Jerusalem. The king decreed all of the Jews under my rule must change their names to Greek names. The king's messenger walked around commanding, "You must change your name and you must change your name." "No," said Judah. "I'm not going to change my name. I like my name. Judah. It's Hebrew. I'm proud. No need to change my name." And then Judah learned that all the Jews under the king's rule were supposed to go and work out at the gym. That's what the king commanded. "No," said Judah, "I don't need to work out at the gym. My muscles are big enough. I want to continue to study so I can learn, and I can learn how to think, and I can grow." "All the Jews must obey my rule to pray to gods," said the king. "They must bow down to my idols." "No," said Judah. "You have too many gods. There's one God for the sun and one God for the moon and one God for almost everything. I only need one God. Jews only pray to one God. So no, I am not going to pray to lots of other gods." The king was angry that the Jews would not pray to his gods. He ordered his soldiers to destroy the temple in Jerusalem. They stole the silver and gold, and they took one of the king's idols and put it right on the altar. "The king has destroyed our temple," cried the Jews. "He will destroy us next." "No," said Judah. "We will not let him destroy us. We will escape to the mountains and we will hide." "The king's soldiers are strong and many," said the people. "Their muscles will help them to win." "No," said Judah. "We have studied long and hard, and we are strong. We know how to think." So they escaped to the mountains and to the hills, and they hid. And everyone thought and thought about what they should do next. They scratched their heads and rubbed their beards. And then the sun went down and the moon went up, and they still kept thinking, and soon the sun came up again, and somebody finally stepped forward and said, "Let's do it. Let's go and fight the soldiers right now." "No," said Judah. "Now is not the time. We must wait until it's dark, and then we can surprise them." So the Jews waited. They waited until daylight was gone. Then Judah put on his great shield and took his spear in his hand. "Follow me," he cried, and he led them into battle. "Judah strikes like a hammer," the king's soldiers cried. They ran away from the Jewish fighters. "We can't fight against those Jewish fighters. They're too strong and too smart," cried the king's soldiers. And sure enough, Judah led the Jews into a brave battle and won. The people were tired after all of that fighting. "Let us rest," they said. "No," said Judah. "We must rebuild the temple. We must do it now and give thanks to God." And Judah led the Jews into the temple. They dragged the king's idol out from the temple and smashed it into bits. They hammered and they sawed and they scrubbed and they rubbed until the temple was holy once more. "We found one jar of pure oil," someone cried. "Only one. It's barely enough for one day. We cannot light the eternal light. We cannot light the menorah. Now what will we do?" "Let us not light anything," someone said. "We'll save the oil. Let's save the oil." "No," said Judah. "We must light the lamp. Surely God will help us." So the Jews lit the lamp, a symbol of God's presence, and a miracle happened. The little jar of oil burned for 8 whole days. The people could not believe it. On day 8, new fresh oil arrived, pure oil, exactly what they needed. And the people shouted and they said, "Let us celebrate this great miracle. Let us celebrate God's goodness." And this time, Judah said yes. There are so many times in our lives when we will be faced with decisions similar to Judah's throughout his life. And there are times when we will need to say no, that we are not going to do what everyone else is doing. Times when we need to stand up for ourselves. And then there will be times when we will need to fight bravely against evil and injustice in our world. There will be times when if we look, we will see miracles happening all around us. And there will be times meant for great joy and celebration, just like we have tonight on the 7th night of Hanukkah. I wish everyone a very, very happy, happy Hanukkah. I wish you light and joy in this time of darkness. And I wish for each of us peace. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Have a great night. What the fuck? They're yelling?